welcome to North Star Stamper. I'm Sue Kramer. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Minnesota, and we have some new friends watching us on YouTube. I've had quite a few people subscribe to my YouTube channel, so I thought I would do a quick introduction of myself. As I said, I'm Sue Kramer, and I live on the east side of the Twin Cities. I've been using Stampin' Up! Products for 25 years this month. And later this month on the 26th, I'll celebrate my 11th anniversary as a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. So I'm going to make myself a note to find that first catalog that I got at a craft show in January 1997. And I thought it might be kind of fun to see what kind of products we had back then in stamp sets. So let me make a note of that. All right, so let's get started. So we're very excited that we have a new catalog that starts tomorrow. Actually, it starts at 3 a.m. Mountain Time, if you're that excited to be up at 3 o'clock Mountain Time. So we have the January through June mini catalog, and we are using products from here today. And then Celebration also starts tomorrow, and that runs till the end of February. And in case you're not familiar with Celebration, with every $50 purchase, increments of $50, you can purchase, you get a free item from this brochure. So there's several items that are free with $50 purchase, and there's 2 items that are free with a $100 purchase. Maybe we'll use that next week. One of them is a wonderful stamp set and designer series paper that's really fun to coordinate. You actually stamp on the DSP, which is something new that Stampin' Up! Has done. And then there's a stamp set, sentiments only stamp set. And also, if you host a workshop, I believe it's a $300 workshop during Celebration, there's a stamp set for you as well. Okay, so the card that we are making, if you are a demonstrator, and when, I think that's all my announcements. So hello and welcome. Hello, hello. Thank you for joining me. If you are a demonstrator and you attended our virtual convention last November, this card, I have to finish it. It's not quite done because I wanted to show you my parts and pieces. It was very similar to this. And this is on, if you have your catalog, which I think most of you do now, it's on pages 8 through 10. This stamp set and designer series paper, and I'll show you the paper in just a minute. I only have the stamps and the paper. I think I have everything but the dies. So I had to finagle my way to a little envelope that is one of the dies in the set. So I'm going to show you how to do that. And I wanted you to see that I just took a square piece of cardstock. I played around a little bit and figured out the size of my square and where to score those 3 sides. And then I fold it up, and then we're going to finish this card right now. So, what was I going to say? Sorry. Train of thought. Like I said, I don't have the dies, and on the sample that I saw, I think her name is Robin, used a die heart here, and I didn't have a die, so I used the I didn't have the die, so I used one of the stamps. And we're going to use glue dots to adhere this. When I make my card today, this one was embossed with white embossing powder. We are going to use pattern paper instead. So I need one more glue dot on the back of this, and I will show you. Why don't I start listing the pieces in case you want to stamp with me. Let me put this on while I have the glue dots ready to go. So this white piece is 4 1/4 by 8, scored at 5 1/2. So this is your standard card base, this size, and then the flap is shorter. So 4 1/4 by 8, scored at 5 1/2. The Blushing Bride is 5 1/4 by 4. I'm going to create a blog post with all these dimensions, so if you miss something, you can either contact me or watch my blog, my website for a blog entry. The black, which I only used a quarter, is 1/8 of an inch, so that's a 1/16 of an inch reveal there. The black is 3 4 3/4 by 3 1/2. And then the red is, like I said, 1/8 of an inch smaller. So it's 4 5/8 by 3 3/8. That's just a scrap from my bin from cutting down cardstock. So I believe that's 1/2 an inch. And this little envelope is a 2 1/2 inch square. And I scored on 3 sides by putting the points, and I'll show you, the points of the square at 3/4 of an inch. And then I scored 3 sides. I'm going to try rounding this piece, this edge, with my corner rounder. Oh, I forgot to tell you, the vellum there is my 2-inch circle punch, which I still use. I know we don't offer. I apologize for using something we don't offer. Oh, there's still glue dots on there. All right, let's finish putting this together, and we're going to make another card. I have my cardstock pieces all ready to go. And I just need to do a little bit of cutting. I have the cardstock, but not the designer series paper ready to go. Few dimensionals here. I should say Happy New Year to everybody. Hope everybody had good holidays. And we're going to put that there, and that one kind of, we're going to tuck it under there. There. And there's our card. So the fun fold is it folds on the bottom. So kind of the opposite of an easel card. This one does not stand up. Now, I might like the card better this way, and I would probably make this piece shorter if I were to do it this way. But I think on my blog, I'm going to create one that goes this way. So I kind of like this fold the best. So I'm not sure why we were showing it with the fold at the bottom. But anyway, that's our sample. Now, let me show you this patterned paper. I think it's called, let me see if we have any questions so far. Everybody's saying hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. It's so fun to, I feel like you're with me and stamping with me. This is the Sweet Talk Designer Series paper on page 9. And the colors in here, while I show you, I'll read them, are Blushing Bride. This is the one we're going to use today. Blushing Bride, Granny Apple Green, Highland Heather, Petal Pink, although that's the petal, I think that's a petal pink. Anyway, Petal Pink, Pool Party, Real Red, and So Saffron. And this, I believe, says I love you, or just love in many different languages. No, ich is I, so it must say I love you. I don't know. This reminds me of those candy cigarettes we used to pretend to have when I was a kid. They're pretty. My colors today of my clothes are actually the pink and purple. These are little suckers. Aren't they cute? Just some dots. So you could use that beyond Halloween, beyond Valentine's Day. And the sample in the catalog showed these cut out and used separate. There's just marble. Reminds me of the marble on the celebration, and hearts in pink and red, and the backside are stripes. This will make a lovely birthday card, I think. Just so bright and fun for kids. All right, let's get busy, and I'll show you what I have cut already. And I already embossed. So I punched the 2-inch circle out of vellum, and then I used one of these embossing folders, and they are in the annual catalog. I thought it would be fun to include these in my anniversary and Valentine's Day cards. So these are in the annual catalog on page 154. They're called Dottie Hearts, and you get the 2 of them, and they're $8, and they do fit in the mini die cut machine. So this one, I would be very careful with the stripes. Make sure they're straight on your project. So I was kind of in a hurry when we got home from the zoo this evening, and so I just used the hearts. And when you emboss on vellum, the embossing part becomes white. It's very pretty. So let's get busy. Busy, busy, busy. And I need my, let's see, sorry, I already have way too many pieces here. Where did my note go? All right. So I have a piece of red instead of white that is 4 1/4 by 8 inches, and I scored it at 5 1/2. So that is going to be our fold. I think I told you before, I purchased a table, but with the holidays, and then we traveled to Michigan for the holidays, and now we're getting ready for new windows tomorrow, and then I have in-person classes, and then we're going to Florida. I haven't had time to do my table. So busy, busy, busy. All right, and then I have a piece of Highland Heather that's going to be the inside of my card, and this is your standard card layer. That's what I call it. 5 1/4 by 4 inches. I think we'll go ahead and put that on there. I'm going to use my liquid glue because it gives me a minute to move things around. And it's been sitting in my holder, so hopefully this will work. Come on. There we go. I think it was clogged a little. Okay. And there's that red and Highland Heather, which I took the colors right from the pattern paper. And then instead of black, I'm going to have a white piece there, and then I'm going to stamp Happy Valentine's Day with that. So let's cut our pattern paper. And I want it to be the same as my red piece. So I want it, the red is 3 3/8. Is that right? 3 1/2 less an 1/8 of an inch. 3 3/8 by 4 5/8. There's 4/8. 4/8 is a half, an extra 1/8 of an inch. So this should be, look at that. I measured it correctly and wrote it down correctly. I'm going to go ahead and put that on. This is going to go together quite quickly. And I think for our envelope, I'm going to use this purple side of the paper. So since I use liquid glue, I have just a minute to make sure it's evenly lined up all around there. Isn't that pretty? The colors, never would have thought to put yellow and pool party and green on my, oh, isn't that cute? Very cute. Or do we want it to go this way? I don't know. I'm not going to adhere it because I might do that. And we're going to put the Happy Valentine's Day on here. Okay, our envelope. Since I did not purchase the dies, I'm going to cut this at 2.5 inch square. I played around with just some copy paper. Actually, it was scrap paper that I had. All right, so that's 2.5 inch square. I'm going to put opposite points at 3/4 of an inch. Let me grab my, excuse my reach. Might take your pick tool here. So there's 3/4 of an inch there and 3/4 of an inch there. Which I'm going to use this line right here. Oh, I just wrote on there. All right, move my cutting blade out of the way. And I'm going to hold this. I'm going to go very gently because this is pattern paper. This cardstock one, I had to push pretty hard to get that crease line. And I'm going to go on 3 sides. So there's 1. I'm going to line up the opposite points again on the same line and score. And one last time. I know you can't see it, but there's 1 here, and I'm going to go here. Line it up a 3rd time. And score that. Then I'm going to take, oh, excuse my reach. I'm going to take our triple punch, and the side that does not have the score line, if I can see, that's this one here, is where my rounding is going to be done. All right. Now, get that out of the way, get this back, and we're going to score the 2 sides in. Oh, wait. Put that one. Oh, I don't have ink. Oh, I thought I was ready. I had this all planned out. You know what? I'm not sure. Well, let's see. All right, I'm going to have to go grab some ink. So there's that. Oh, that's cute. And then I think I want purple. You know what? I'm going to change my idea. All right, I have one more thing to show you. Here is my 2-inch circle of vellum that I embossed with that embossing folder. Isn't that pretty? I hope you can see those. Can't really see it as much on here, can you? That's right. I will place it just so that you can see it over that. I'm going to put, I really like it on the red. This could have been a different color. I should have played around a little more, I guess. Oh well. I'm going to close this with a glue dot. Just one. You know what? We're just going to put adhesive on the back of this. I think I have a glue dot on my finger. Sorry, I'm not watching comments. I'm getting so involved with my stamping. We're going to go this way so you can see some of that embossing. You can feel it too. It's bumpy. All right. I do not have... Oh, here, I can show you what I did. Here are the stamps I used on the red. I just used one big block, and then I had it on the corners. That red heart came from right here. I just used, let's say, this is my ink pad, and I just inked up that one heart and stamped it right on the flap of my envelope. But I don't have any ink. I forgot to grab my red ink. It's on my table. I'm going to have to wait because I do want to stamp Happy Valentine's Day on there, which I thought, oh goodness, sorry, I thought I was prepared. But what we are going to do is cut some hearts from this paper. It won't be too hard. It won't take me long either. And what colors do we want them? What do we want them to say? How about you are cute and I will try to look at comments here while I cut this out. I love the DSP too, Kathy. Oh, I cut that kind of close, but that's right. There are dies that are in the die set to cut some of these hearts out. But I know I should have timed myself. I should have had somebody time me. There's one heart already. It's a little cut off there, which is fine because I like this one that says text me. That's kind of funny. And it is cut off at the bottom, but that's okay. I can tuck it inside my envelope. And nobody but you and I will know that the heart was not a complete heart. There. That's why I didn't need the dies. I can use my handy dandy scissors and take a few seconds. Alright. Let's finish this. So that's going to go there, and we're going to tuck that one in and tuck that one in behind it. We're going to use a glue dot so I can place it exactly where I want it. Is there one left on there? They're on the other side. All right. Glue dots on there, and I'm going to tuck it in. I'm going to use a dimensional. Oh, the purple heart would have been cute too. All right, we're gonna tuck this in. Maybe right there. That works. That works. Okay, I have to go grab my red ink, sorry, to stamp Happy Valentine's Day. And I think I did put that stamp away. So these new stamps, these new photopolymer come like this, and there was a top and bottom. And I inked it up with one of my gray so that it won't be too stained. You can see I used this at the red already, and it didn't stain it very much at all. So I need a block. I like to set these down and pick it up with my block so that it'll be nice and straight. and I'll let you chat amongst yourselves for about 2 seconds. Okay, a little more than 2 seconds. While I grab my real red ink. All right, let's finish this. Sorry for my reach. It is a photopolymer, so I'm going to use this. And I have my wobbly table. So I'm going to grab my plate from my emboss machine. All right, ink, 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 ink. And there's that. Happy Valentine's Day. I'm going to leave that handy because I want to stamp on my envelope. I will bring this trimmer back. And I'm just eyeballing it. All right. Now I have to decide which way do I want the fold. Do I want the fold at the top with Happy Valentine's Day at the top? Or do I want the fold at the bottom? I kind of like the fold at the top just to be different. I think we'll do that. Now, when you're putting adhesive on here, make sure you do not put adhesive on this part of your piece or you're going to adhere it down here and it'll be shut for good. So I'm going to put a line there right in the middle, and then I know I want this at the top and down a little bit. And then I'm going to center this. Sorry, I have to turn it straight towards me. There. And then I know that adhesive, it's not going to go beyond because I only put adhesive at the very top and then a line here, so I knew exactly where adhesive was going to go. This I'm going to put on with mini dimensionals. I love using these scraps for my sentiments. I keep them when I cut all my layers. Sometimes I do throw them away, but I do like to keep a lot of them. We're going to put that in the middle. Oh, I also have some bling. Our card sample from our convention had bling on. I think she used pearls. I'm going to use rhinestones. What am I missing? And that's crooked, isn't it? See if I can straighten it. With that liquid glue. Nope, I hear it ripping. It's going to have to... Let's do a little more stamping. After all, that's half the fun. There's that. And some red ink. I just put my thumb in it. Thank you for joining me. I don't think it's too early to start Valentine's Day cards, so ink, ink, ink my red, and I'm just going to do this randomly. But I do like to go off the edges. And off the top. There, that's cute. With all that DSP, I could have put a piece of designer series paper on there. Again, it would be 6 by 2.5 is, I think, wide enough to cover your envelope flap. So I'm going to grab my take your pick tool and my rhinestones, or the gold, no, rhinestones, just to add a little bit of something. I can't remember where she put them. I will look at my card. I think they're going to go right here. 1, 2, 3. That might hide that it's crooked a little bit, I hope. And then this one, I don't remember where she put them. We're going to put big ones. We'll put one there and one on the other side. Why not? That works. Thank you for joining me. As I said, I will create a blog post with all the dimensions of your layers and how I created my own little envelope, so you can do the same. But that's my fun fold card for you today. So this one I have folded at the top. And this one was at the bottom. I embossed with the white embossing powder. So, thank you for joining me. Let's see. It looks like the way you use DSP on the envelope, but I always feel old when I'm wasting paper. Oh, I like the way it looks when you use DSP on the envelope. I agree, Kathy. As a demonstrator, though, I have so much designer series paper. I hate to admit that sometimes I try to use it up. Because I have so much from before I started using designer series paper. So, but that's just me. Thank you for joining me. I'm glad you like my cards. I thought they were pretty fun. Those colors I thought were so interesting. And I let Stampin' Up! Do all the work, and I just pulled my colors right from there. You can't read my purple heart there, but as I said, I will get the dimensions for all these layers on my blog probably tomorrow, and my video up on YouTube probably tonight. So thank you for joining me. Happy stamping. And let me pull my contact information out. I do send out a weekly newsletter, and you can sign up at my website, northstarstamper.com. On a computer, it's on the left side. If you're on a tablet or a phone, there's a menu that has the 3-bar menu. You click on there and you scroll down, and you can sign up for my newsletter on my website. Or just email me or call me. That works too if you have any questions. Thank you for joining me. Happy stamping. And I'll be back next week. And I think we'll use a celebration item next week. And yes, Happy New Year, everyone. Thank you, Kathy. And I appreciate you watching. Take care. Have a great week. Bye.